Okay, very excited about the win today. It's a game that definitely had our attention. I think we talked about Monday, our respect for Florida Atlantic. Was one of those games where we got on a little bit of a run. Really proud of how we played first half, especially that kind of opening surge of defensively, holding them out even after the personal foul penalty on the first drive. Offensively taking it, scoring, we stop them again. Then I think we get the pump block for a touchdown right after that, which was kind of one of the big special teams plays that we've really been looking for. And Lee Morris made a great play on it, blocked it, and I think Curtis Bolton recovered. And there was just kind of a surge in energy from there. We just kind of rode that wave of momentum the rest of the way through. So very, very proud of the way we handled it. And that's a good football team. They're going to win a lot of games. The back is really, really impressive. But we made it tough on him, which I think was the key to the game. If he starts getting loose in the throw game, it becomes more of an issue. So we made him, the yards that he did get, we made him earn it. And that was a big key to the game. Made them a little bit one-dimensional, and like I said, got on a pretty good run, all three sides of the ball. So excited about the win. Very much appreciate our home crowd. I thought the atmosphere the entire first half was really good, really electric. Our guys fed off of them. They fed off of our guys, and that's how it should be at a place like Oklahoma. The crowd should be great. The team should be playing well. They should feed off each other and create a great environment, and we absolutely had that today. So very, very appreciative of the Sooner Nation. Injuries, don't know anything on Austin Kendall yet. We'll see how he's doing, but optimistic. One other one that I do want to announce, our Friday practice, Addison Gumbs had a knee injury. He will a non-contact knee injury. He'll miss the season. So had to make some adjustments there, which we did. I hate it for Addison because he was really coming on, starting to do some really nice things for us, but this is where our depth and all that has to show up, and so we'll get him rehabbed and get him back. So from there, we'll go with questions.
Was Kyler as cool and calm and collected as he appeared to us? I mean, he just came out like he was a seasoned player.
Yeah, he handled it well. I mean, there was definitely some nerves. I mean, everybody has nerves before the first game. It doesn't matter if you've coached for this long or had this many starts. You never know exactly what the first one's going to be like. And so even though he's played, and I'm sure that helped, the fact that he's played here, that he started at Texas A&M, that probably helped. But he was definitely, there were some nerves. And but our guys played well around him. He played very well himself, very efficient, played very much within himself, threw the ball well. I think he really only missed one throw the entire game. The little ball on our sideline there. So I thought he was efficient, commanded our group, and did a nice job.
Lincoln, I think most coaches go through a spring, they go through the preseason. They probably wonder, what's going to happen in some areas. What did you learn about your team today?
Oh, it's like I told them in there. It's after the first game. Everybody wants to come to these conclusions about what you are, what you aren't. Did we learn some today? Yes. I think we've got some quality depth. I think we've taken some steps on special teams that I think will continue to be a weapon for us throughout the season. We had some young guys step in there and play very well, and the team's competitive nature is really good right now. So now after that, man, we got so much left to go, so much left to get better at. I mean, it's a long, long season. And so this is a great start, nothing more than that, nothing less than that.
Lincoln, two things on defense. How well do you think you tackled, particularly in space, and how well did you cover?
We just tackled, I would say, okay for us, average, not awful. The thing that we did well in tackling was we had multiple guys to the ball the whole day. So the majority of the time when we missed a tackle, the next guy was there to clean it up. I mean, we were really flying to the football. A couple too many, times where we're trying to just give a guy shoulder, where we've got to wrap it up. And so that will continue, obviously, to get tested there. I thought we covered well. I mean, we had people on them the entire day. I think that was part of us. Part of it was us being able to shut down the run. And part of it was I thought our DBs did a nice job. I thought our young safeties did a nice job communicating. And also handling their tempo was going to be a big issue in the game. And I thought our guys really did well with that.
Were you planning to play Lincoln, or were you planning to play Tanner Mordecai, or was that something that you just needed to get him something in case something was bad with Austin?
Yeah, I hope that we could play him. With the 4-game rule, that's there's still some options in play there. So it was good to see both Schaefer and Mordecai, and I I don't know. Even had the Kendall injury not occurred, I probably would have done it the same exact way.
Lincoln, when you talk about the special teams making such a big impact, is that a reflection of what Shane's brought this offseason?
I think he's certainly a part of it, but I would say, him, Coach Boulware, working together so well, the rest of our staff. I mean, it was one of those things when we look back for last year, we just said, you know what, our players got to do better on special teams, but we got to coach it better. And it doesn't just not certainly all on Coach Boulware. He's done a tremendous job here. He's one of the absolute best guys in the business. But like I've told you guys many times, I think I had too much on him, and I think he needed more help from me, from the rest of the staff, just the overall organization of kind of delegating it and using all the talents that we have on our staff. In short, we needed to do better, and I needed to do better there. And so I think we've had more of a commitment to it. I think we've got a more organized approach. Shane certainly brought a lot to that, and our staff and players so far have done a good job with it.
Lincoln, you played so many young guys, whether it was Humphrey, whether it was Perkins or whatever. How excited are you about those guys? Made plays all day.
They did. Now it's fun to see those guys. Creed came in, played well. We had several. I mean, you start naming them all. There's a lot. Kendi Brooks had a big run. T.J. Pledger ran hard. Drake got him a ball or two in there. Drake Stoops did a nice job. Obviously Buki. We have Ronnie Perkins. I mean, there was a lot, and it was fun to see them. We're going to need them. We're young, like we've said, but we are talented. It was good for them to get this first one under their belt, and they've got to continue to grow.
Lincoln, were you going for the punt block, or did it just happen?
No. We went after it.
You know how long it's been since OU blocked a punt?
We haven't blocked one since I've been here.
Long time.
Yeah.
And one for a touchdown since like 2002.
Really, that was awesome. Yeah, that was good. It's fun to see it happen. Fun to see it work. Coach Beamer's done a nice job with that group, and like I said, Lee Morris just made a great individual play.
Lee Morris, that wasn't even his best play of about 3 minutes.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? No,
that catch and run he made was incredible.
Phenomenal. No, he was probably had the biggest impact on the game of anybody. Yeah, the catch and run. I mean, it was such a competitive catch to begin with, and then the run after CD had a great block down the sideline on it. That was awesome. Yeah, he's done a great job. Not his first time around here to show up and make some big plays in a big game for us.
You're going to have to give him a scholarship at some point?
Yeah, I am going to have to. I'm going to not have to. I'm going to get to at some point.
Did you have a sense of what Murray did in the middle there? How well he played, because he's going to be so key for you this year defensively?
I think just kind of listening to the guys, watching it unfold, I think he was more in control. Did a nice job with our defensive checks. He's a sophomore now. He's a guy that's played a lot of games, had a lot of experience under his belt. It was just, you can tell it's starting to slow down for him a little bit. And I think, you could certainly see that on the field with his play and his communication.
Did you expect more? I'm not trying to knock Florida Atlantic, but they won 11 games last year, won their conference. They got a confident young coach. Did you expect more resistance? Because you guys had it easy out there for a while.
Yeah, it's never as easy as it looks. We just got that initial surge, and we just kept the momentum, and we were able to, when you hit some big plays like we did early, you make them a little conservative, you change, when you stop the run like we did early, it changes some things. And when you block a punt early, I mean, all three of them was just kind of the perfect storm. So I don't think any less of them than I did talking the other day. I think they got a good football team. They got a young quarterback that's going to be a really good player. Lane knows what he's doing. They're gonna play well. They're gonna win games this year, no doubt.
In a game like this, you get to use 5 running backs. How big was that to get each one on the touches?
Yeah, it was fun to see them. Fun to see those guys run. And it was. Have 5 of them all carry the ball, all carry it well, be productive. We're going to need them, the way we use our backs around here, the physical style of football that we play, and then also how involved several of those guys are in special teams. We are going to need them, and so it was good to see them all respond.
Lincoln, everybody knows how mobile Kyler is, and he did take off, obviously, but he doesn't seem to have a tendency to want to run, get happy feet. Is that a reflection of him, the offense, the guys around him? What do you sort of ascribe that to?
That's a good question. He's always, I felt like, had a pretty good sense of I know that I'm athletic and can run, but I know I have to be able to throw the ball too. And so I think he's just got a good overall demeanor about it. Like you said, he's not necessarily looking to run. If it's there, he's certainly going to do it and can be dangerous. But, one of the most dangerous things that a quarterback can do is extend plays and then, still keep the throw alive. And he did that a couple of times today. We protected him pretty well, but a couple of times he did and did a great job or scrambled out. So, yeah, I don't know that that's something he's learned here, although I would say I think he's pretty comfortable with what we're doing, and so that probably helps.
What did Alvarez do this week to win that job?
He just was steady. He's been very steady. It's that battle is going to continue. Those are two really good football players. Been interesting. That's always one of the toughest positions to evaluate in game because it's not out there on the edge. But as efficiently as we played in both the run and pass game, I imagine they both played pretty well. But he's steady. There's a lot of trust there. I think we really felt like going into the game we could have started either one. Obviously, we got Creed in there fairly early, but Alvarez he's done a great job, man. He's played a lot of ball around here, and he's fought his tail off, and it's good to see him. Good to see your seniors playing some of their best ball.
Receivers were really good today. It seemed also, not only in the catch game, but on the perimeter. It looked that way.
No doubt. No, I was more proud of that than the way we caught the ball. Our second effort down the field. When you have explosive plays, it's guys normally making a routine play and then playing with just fanatical effort around it, and we did that today.
You've been very vocal about your defensive line, in the preseason and how much progress you've seen from them. How much better was that unit than you've seen recently today, and how much overall did that really help your defense?
Well, they played well. It is still game one, but no question, I believe in them. I do. I love the mentality there. I love the leadership of that group. I like the young talent coming along. I like the depth that we've started to establish. So, we're still going to have things to do. We still got a lot to get better at, but they did a good job today, and they're going to need to. You want to play great on defense, you got to play great up front, and so we did it one time. We got to be ready to go do it again.
I guess if Kyler's out there running around turning circles. And I don't know, doing the curly shuffle or whatever that was. What are you doing? What is your body language at that moment?
I trust him. We do a lot of live ball, together. So I've seen him run around, seen him do what they do. That's why you recruit hard. You're not always going to call it perfect. Things aren't always going to handle or happen exactly like And so you got to have players that can make up for, make those plays sometimes even when they're not there. And so he did that. And I trust him. So I'm good.
You weren't nervous doing the body language or anything like that?
I'll do some body language. I can't promise you that, but I felt pretty good inside.
Lincoln, after game one, incorporating the redshirt rule, how did you guys feel like you carried out your strategy, and did you learn anything new about how you'll tweak that strategy moving forward?
Probably have to look back at it. We were happy obviously that we played well enough to be able to play a bunch of guys, and we had a couple guys that we got some reps on, Mordecai being one, Gabe Burkich. There was a few others that I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but we got to use it with several guys, and it'll give us a chance to go back and evaluate and say, hey, you know what, he's ready to help us right now. Let's go full speed. Some of them we may come back and say, all right, we got to see him here, let's develop them a little bit more and then see where they're at. You look at depth at other positions, that becomes a factor. So I'll be interested to go back and look at it and then just kind of see where our team is health-wise going into the next one.
How much is a guy like Ryan Jones, coming down from safety to play linebacker, seemed like the way he played out in space how much of a difference does he make for your defense?
Yeah, it's good to get his athleticism out there. He's a rangy guy. He's got that background. We actually first offered him here as a wide receiver out of high school. And his body's really developed into just a great outside linebacker type body. And he's got athleticism, he's got a frame, he's got physicality. So I was excited to see him play. Looked like he did a good job. He takes up a lot of space out there and can really move. So he gives us a lot of versatility.
Have you seen that kind of confidence out of Buki since he's been here?
Yeah, he kind of is who he is. He's one of those guys that just the situation never seems too big for him, and he's been like that since the first day.
Lincoln, I know, Bill plays a lot of different combinations in camp and stuff on the offensive line. But did you always kind of feel like that was kind of your feather in the cap with this offense, that people might have not have, you might have questioned if they would be as good as they were last year, but they would still be kind of a dominating force?
Not really comparing it to last year. We feel like we should be really good there. I mean, we've got guys that have played ball. We have good players. We have a good scheme. We have a great O-line coach. I mean, this is Oklahoma. You need to be great on the offensive line. They have been for a long time, and we need to do everything we can for that to continue.
The plays that Lee made, can you just give us the short thumbnail of him as a player, him as a personality, him as a guy on the team?
Yeah, quiet personality. Always been an extremely hard worker. One of those guys kind of do anything for the team kind of guy. And but he's had ability. He came in, he was raw, but had a lot of ability. And he's just one of those guys that, I don't know that he's ever made just this huge jump, but he has just, throughout the years, has just gotten better and better and better and better. And he's a talented guy. I mean, he's just slightly under a 40-inch vertical guy. I mean, he's a 4'4", 40 guy. If you see, he's big. I mean, he's got some nice skills, and he's really started to hone them in. I think our confidence has grown in him. I think his confidence has grown in himself, and he's obviously a major player for us right now.
Lincoln, you knew coming in there was a chance you were going to coach against Chris Roberson. What was it like actually experiencing that today?
Yeah, no, it was good to see him play, man. I was happy for him. I'm sure it didn't go the way that he wanted, but, I mean, you can see his ability. I mean, the ball rips off his hand. He looked like he carried himself with some confidence and swagger, bounced back up when we hit him. I mean, he's going to do great. He is. Lane's got him a good one there, and I'll be watching.
Were you able to interact with him afterwards?
Yeah, I saw him after, and able to visit with him there quickly, so it was good to see him.
Lincoln, you say it's just a start, and I get that, but given the respect you have for Florida Atlantic and the type of team you told us they were back on Monday, and given the curiosity about how things would go, especially after someone like Baker exits the program, given everything like that, did today go about as well as you could hope, just in terms of getting so many plays from so many different guys, and if nothing else, establishing a really positive base?
Sure. No, it was a heck of a win. I mean, no doubt. They're a good football team. Very excited about the way we played. We got to take it with a grain of salt though right now. None of that counts towards next week. We know the kind of battle that's going to be, and then the rest of the tests that we've got coming up. So I'm very excited about the start, and I'll be really, really excited to get out of here and go watch it, and kind of see what we did well and what we got to do better. But we'll be defined by, how we continue to improve and how much we can respond to good and bad things that happen to us. So we're going to have to handle this well.
Do you see how people might reconsider your long-range potential based on a performance like today's? I know you think it's pretty. I know you obviously think it's high, but just those who are curious again about how things might go.
That's their decision. I believe in this team, believe in the guys we have. That I don't know that was affected any by what happened today.
What do you expect from UCLA next week? More good athletes, more elite athletes? I mean, you got a coach who was in the NFL and now he's back in college. What can you expect?
Yeah, no, it'll be a fun test. A great out-of-conference matchup. Not somebody that you play every single year. A program that's historically had a ton of talent. And I'm sure they'll be very talented again. And Chip's going to do a great job with them. I mean, guy's an elite coach. He's been one of the best coaches of this latest generation, an innovator, and obviously has proven himself as a guy that can win. So, I mean, they're going to be good. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And they're going to be talented, and it'll be a big test.
Go straight back to Oregon film for that?
I wouldn't say.
The word young, you keep bringing that up over and over. Can you kind of put into words, just quantify what the past couple of recruiting classes have meant? Not just for the program, because obviously y'all been going to the college football playoffs, but just kind of the growth overall for the program.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. It really is. It's all the hard work of so many people. We talked about the other day of just what does it take to bring elite recruits here at Oklahoma. I mean, it takes everybody. It takes the fans, it takes administrators, it takes the coaches, it takes the players, it takes the recruiting staff, it takes the university staff, it takes the city of Norman, the state of Oklahoma. It takes everybody to do it. And so to see the hard work of so many people really start to show up, and to see young guys play well, the depth starting to build. I mean, it's absolutely, it gets you excited, and that shows you how important that is.
Could you discuss the decision, first half visor, second half regular hat?
Yeah, I've coached at Oklahoma for 4 years. I'm losing a little bit of hair. All right.
Mike Stoops will be in.
Thanks for wasting our time.